Hello, here I am again. I said I'd come back and say hello now and then, didn't I? And here I am. Would you believe 2 degrees centigrade out there early this morning? It's now 10:30. Just got back from the nursing home where my mum is. She's sort of comfortable. She's doing okay. Thanks for all the emails and messages asking about her. So 2 degrees centigrade, 35 Fahrenheit, 93% humidity, 1019 millibars on the barometer, and the flag is wrapped around the pole. Now, I know all those people in Seattle like that description. It's wrapped around the pole. There's no wind. But it has been awful here, weather-wise. It's been dull, dark, cold, grey, gloomy, gloom and doom. Stone the crows. It's just been horrible. Now, you know, I'm always going on about the weather and how us Brits over here are always talking about the weather. There was a chap on the telly the other day I saw. He was saying exactly what I've been banging about on for years. He was saying, if you go out into the street, you meet a neighbour or a friend. Hi, how are you doing? I'm fine. How are you? Yes, I'm fine. What about that rain the other day? What about the weather? Did you hear that wind the other night? Did that keep you awake? This weekend's meant to be nice. I hope so. We could do with some sunshine. He is right. He said that we are obsessed with the weather, or at least obsessed with talking about the weather. It's true, isn't it? I don't know where it's come from. I remember years ago, I think I told you years ago, I was about 6 or 7 and I'd stayed with my grandparents. My grandfather and I went out to the front garden and there's a neighbour out there saying, good morning. And my grandfather said, the glass is rising. And I'm thinking, oh, the glass? What's he on about? The glass is rising. I'm looking at the window. Nothing wrong with the glass. It was the barometer. The pressure was rising. The glass is rising. So the neighbour then started, it should be a nice day. I hope so. I want to get some gardening done. And off they went on about the weather. So it must be an ancient, age-old thing, going back probably to when the dinosaurs were around. Do you think they talked about the weather? I don't know. But I don't know. It's just something that here we're known worldwide, aren't we? The Brits going on and on about the weather. As I said, thank you for all your messages and emails asking about my mum and about the family. We've had a lot of family stuff going on. Oh, that reminds me. Hello, Brian. Brian said, what's this word stuff you keep using? It seems to cover everything. It does, Brian. I've got to clear up stuff in the garden. Got to sort out the stuff in the shed. We've got family stuff going on. Issue, I suppose issue is another word, isn't it? We've got all sorts of family stuff going on. Did I tell you my mum-in-law was bitten by a dog? We had to take her to A&E. That's a little while ago now, a couple of weeks. That's worried her, of course, for the future. Now, if she's out and about and she sees dogs, she's a bit worried. There's a load of other stuff going on. I won't go into it all. But we've just had so much stuff going on. There we are, Brian. Stuff is a good word, isn't it? I've managed to grab myself half an hour or so just to have a quick chat with you. I have missed talking to you. Now something's dinging. Look, we're off again. That's WhatsApp. We've got various groups on there. One group about my mum. That's the immediate siblings sort of thing. Another group for the entire family. Another group for the road here, all the neighbours. And of course, there's dinging every 5 minutes with something or other. Oh, I know what I meant to tell you. The other morning, I had a look, whenever I wake up, I have a look on the trail cam. You know, Tricia got me a trail cam for Christmas. I've put it out in the garden. All I've seen are birds, squirrels, things like that, nothing of interest. Until the other morning I woke up and had a look. It records movement. You know, it records anything that moves. There was a fox on the patio table. On the table, I've got a trough full of plants, begonias I think they are. I've put them there on the table under the patio roof because of the frost and things, just to keep them warm. Of course, the squirrels bury nuts in the soil. Mr. Fox has discovered this, so he comes along at night, hops up onto the table, digs the nuts out of the soil in this plant trough and eats them. And I've actually got him on video. Only 15 seconds. I had the camera incorrectly set. 15 seconds. I've now set it to a minute of video recording. And of course it's on the night camera thing, so it's not that clear. It's black and white, obviously. But it's brilliant. That's the first time I've ever seen a fox in the garden. I'm going to get some proper food for them. Some people say, oh, no, don't encourage the foxes. Other people say, yes, They've got nothing to eat. Give them some decent food. So I don't know. What do you think? Raise Rants at protonmail.com. Something else, you've probably seen it by now. On the website, raiserants.info, I've put a video, not of the fox, Amberley Museum. You know I'm always on about Amberley Museum? I've been banging on about that for years, haven't I? I've put a load of video clips and photographs together, all about Amberley Museum. It's just over half an hour long. If you want to have a look at that, go to raiserants.info. I've put it under my amateur radio call sign because I originally made it for radio hams. And then I thought, well, it's not just for radio hams, it's for everyone. So it's on the website, raiserants.info. Go and have a look at that. And you can see what I'm banging on about. All these years I've been telling you about Amberley Museum. Now you can actually go and have a look. Talking of stuff and issues and words like that, another one I use a lot is whatever. Who pointed that out recently? Gary. Hello, Gary. I think it was you, wasn't it? Whatever. Now, that used to annoy my dad. If there was a problem, I don't know, something like, oh, there's a problem with the car, I've got to sort out the tyre, it's bald or whatever. I just said it then, didn't I? Whatever or whatever. I just said it then without thinking. He would say, what are we going to do about that? I'd say, I don't know, whatever. Now, he thought that meant that I don't care. Whatever, I don't care. That wasn't the case. It didn't mean I didn't care about the car tyre or whatever. I've said it again, whatever we're talking about. Oh dear, stone the crows. It just, I don't know, it's just a word I use. If someone said, oh, it's going to rain this afternoon. Oh, is it? Oh, well, whatever. I suppose it means, well, there's nothing we can do about it, or, well, let's just sort it out, or whatever. I don't know, it's funny listening back. Once people point out things like this to me, I listen back to various episodes and I can see what they mean. The words I keep repeating, whatever, or whenever, wherever, issues, stuff. It's funny, isn't it? Listening back to yourself, when you've made a recording about whatever, then you discover all the, what are they, idiosyncrasies? Is that the word? I don't know. Whatever. Oh, talking of Gary, not Gary that's listening to this, Gary the tortoise. Several of you have asked again how he's doing. He is still in hibernation. I think he's all right. I hope he's all right. He should be coming out. Where are we now? This is 12th of February, isn't it? Today, end of February, I think. Yes, end of February, beginning of March. So only another couple of weeks or so, maybe 3 weeks, and he will be out and about. We've got one or two things to do to his house, his indoor area and his outdoor run and all this sort of thing. Got a few bits and pieces to tidy up there after the winter. Well, I say after the winter, it still is winter. When does spring begin? My brother-in-law and his garden, would you believe, daffodils in full bloom. Wonderful daffodils everywhere. Where's our daffodils? I'm looking around the garden. Well, where's ours? We had a load. No sign of them. Perhaps someone dug them up and stole the bulbs. But it was lovely to see them. We do have a lot of bulbs coming up. We've got bluebells. Do you know, when we moved here decades ago, the garden, front and back, absolutely full of bluebells. And I've been trying to control them, not get rid of them all. They spread like wildfire. We've got rid of, 99% of them. You can't get rid of them all. They keep popping up. I do like to have some, but initially it was like a bluebell wood, a carpet of bluebells, which is very nice, but you couldn't see anything else in the garden for the bluebells. We've got crocus, we've got various hyacinth, I think we got somewhere. Hyacinth bouquet, hyacinth bucket. Do you watch that at all? What's it called? I forget what it's called now. Keeping Up Appearances, isn't it? Hyacinth bouquet and Richard. Of course, they're all repeats now. It's all been recorded years ago. Like everything we watch is all repeats. I'm going to leave you in peace. It's been lovely talking to you. I do miss our chats. And hopefully later in the year or whenever. I've said whenever again. No, it's whatever, is it? Whatever, whenever, whichever, any which way but loose. Stone the crows. Hopefully I can get the podcast recordings to become a little bit more regular later on. It won't be till a lot later in this year with the way things are going. Lovely chatting with you as always. Take care. Be good, be bad, don't get caught and all that rubbish. Whatever. I shall see you soon. It won't be necessary on Sunday or next Wednesday, but whenever. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye for now.